We got a lot of emails this week.
Well, so what we hear from our fans?
Well, first email is from Rodney.
Rodney?
Rodney, yeah.
Rodney, all right. That sounds painful. Sorry about that, Rodney.
And he's from Massive 2. Yeah, and he's got a question. His question is, what the is wrong with the two of yous? And I'm like,
well, that's not bad. I mean,
it's a reasonable question.
It's constructive, right? I mean, like I've said many times, I crave feedback. I want it. I desire it. I'm motivated by it. And thank you, Rodney, for that.
This one's from Bob.
Bob, is this downtown Bob?
No. This Bob is from New York City. So he's asking us, he goes, you've got any words of motivation?
Motivation?
Yeah.
Oh, like inspiration?
Right, yeah.
Motivation. You've come to the two right blokes, Bob, because we reek of humiliation. No, what's
inspiration?
We reek of inspiration. I mean, it's coming out of our pores. Go ahead, give him some words of wisdom first.
So, Bob, learn to kick yourself right in the arse.
Right.
Because nothing like a good right kick in your own arse.
Right.
And then, like, maybe at the top of a staircase, and you got to just kind of roll on out down onto the street. And then you've got all kinds of motivation, not to mention people will look at you.
Right.
You get attention that way. It's like really cool.
Right, so it's the double whammy. You get motivation plus attention.
Right, yeah. Right. So, Bob, learn to kick yourself right in the arse.
Right. If you're feeling down and you've got a frown, then just imagine a big giant plate of charcuterie and imagine yourself bathing in charcuterie, right? So maybe you're on a bed of roses and feathers and cheese, and probably also maybe little tiny tadpoles, right? Little puddles of tadpoles, and you're splashing on your sheets.
Yeah.
And you also just start throwing plates of charcuterie up in the air, so it's slowly landing on you, on your body.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's nice.
So it is nice.
What a beautiful image that is. That's really.
So take that image, put in a little box, compartmental art.
Right. Yeah.
Put in the little box whenever you're feeling down. You've got a frown. You go to the box, open it up. Charcuterie.
Beautiful.
Yes, we should be paid for all of this wonderful advice, at least.
Because we give like better advice than like Dr. Phil or Dr. Ruth or any.
Right, in Okra.
We're not in Okra,
Yeah, we're much better than Okra.
And we're not even doctors.
We're much better than that play cats.
Right, yeah.
Much better than them.
Yeah. You had this little girl that came up to you like about 3 weeks ago.
Right, she was a ghost. She was a ghost/demon.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and she wanted advice.
That's right, she did. So I gave it to her. I said, listen, you're a beautiful little ghost demon, but at the same time, you're scary. And I would just rather be in a place where I'm not frightened by a little girl right now. So I gave her some advice. You know what I told her?
What? Tell us what you told her.
Little girl, when you're down and you have a frown, imagine a camel. Right? Trotting along, hippity hoppity, pleasantries, right? Flowers, treats, balloons, clouds, and a camel. And trotting along, all happy, and the camel's wearing panties. So it's a panty-wearing camel, trotting along, eating a Choco Taco.
That must have cheered her right up.
The demon left her. I saw it. I was standing right there. She was at least 500 yards away from me, which is pretty close when it comes to me feelings towards little girl demons.
Yeah.
Right? So, all of a sudden, smoke, fire, I think brimstone probably, started pouring out of her like a volcano. Now, I was in Hawaii at the time.
Well, there's a lot of volcanoes there.
No, but this was a girl demon.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right. It just has nothing to do with the story, me being in Hawaii. Nothing at all. It looked like she was exploding, and what I knew at that moment, deep in my heart, was that the demon was leaving this little beautiful girl's soul right?
Yeah.
My story of the panty-wearing camel eating a taco worked.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Well, there was like, this famous motivational speaker back in like the 1960s, Jack LaLanne.
Right, he was brilliant.
Yeah. And he's one of those people that keeps things just kind of short and sweet. And his advice to the entire world was just work it.
Work it.
And I was like, yeah, wow, that's heavy. That's really, really heavy.
Jack LaLanne said that.
Yeah, he just said work it. And
it's work it.
Right, it's part of like how he said it, and the context he put behind it.
Right.
And and then it's just
he was naked most of the time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I can see the context.
Right. Next time we've got somebody coming up to us after the show, at our Flaccid Bastard show.
Right.
And say, I had a great time, but I don't feel so good. You go,
right,
work it.
Work it. Oh, God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Don't tell baloney saying. This is like the fountain of youth. This is like the secrets to life.
Right.
We can't, there's Jack LaLanne. We've got to get him on the show. If you're down and you've got a frown, here's one way to turn it around. Grab some chips, put them on a plate, make a really silly face with your ears and your nose and your face, right?
Yeah, right.
And then cross those chips in your face. At the same time, I hope that you've got Jell-O in the house. And if you do, then make some. And then give it to your neighbor. Your face is covered in chips. You're doing a nice thing for your neighbor. You've totally forgotten about your frown.
That's beautiful.
Plus you have chips for later.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll be getting some more emails, and then we'll be like, addressing some more problems and coming up with solutions, because that's what we do.
I hope we get more emails like the one we got from Rotten Knee.
Yeah, Rotten Knee. He was like, constructive
like that.